What would 2020 be without just a fat bag of technical issues? For all of you that stayed with us, thank you. Hopefully you got to see most of Joel Soderling's performance. I think that him writing that for his wife Hannah was probably just one of the sweetest things I've ever heard.
You know, I really liked all the different melodies he had in there. I mean, and there was a lot of them. You know, some bridges. You know, the chorus. I'm really into melodic type stuff. You did a good job, Joe. Your voice even sounds good, man. I'll give it to you.
Who knew? I mean, it sounds good usually, but the singing, who knows? That was a good one. For those of you that are viewing, maybe have been in and out with some live issues, whether it was with the sound or with the video, we just wanted to let you know we're considering doing a pre-recorded version of the talent show without the live art auction, so that if you're just coming in, you want to check out all of the artists and potentially vote on who you think won the talent show, stay tuned on the Facebook page. We'll make sure to post what's going on with there. But for now, everything looks good. We're going to roll right on through.
Right. And we're going to have it to where you're able to actually share your individual favorite and different things like that. So when we have these different things, you'll be able to watch the whole thing, or you'll be able to share individuals. And remember, it's $1 a vote. You know, you can just put different things down there in the comments. Say you want to vote for Christopher Glenn 100 times. You're welcome to do that.
And you want to do that.
You want to do that. Say you want to vote for me 500 times. You're welcome to do that.
If you want to do that. So, just briefly, for those of you that aren't up to speed, the way that tonight's talent show works, we're going to be voting for the next 2 weeks, so don't feel compelled to do it tonight. If you feel compelled to do it tonight, absolutely do so. But all of the contestants, right, are providing their talent as volunteers to celebrate the city. If you scroll down on the page, you'll see that each one of them has a nonprofit selected. A good portion of the proceeds that have been donated by some of our sponsors as well as tonight are going to be pooled together, and then the top 3 finalists are going to be able to donate those funds towards the nonprofit of their choice. We're going to be doing that after January 11th. That's when voting closes. So scroll down, you'll see the big white block. You can pick whatever donation you want. Remember, it's $1 per vote, and you're going to see a little drop-down box where you can pick who you thought was the most talented person. Now, could be a little subjective, might not be. There's some real talent here. We're also, remember, right, we're here to celebrate tonight, and when I think of people that know how to celebrate, I think of this next performer. SJ, who we have on deck?
You know what? I think this next performer is me, so we're going to get right into it. All my life I sat back and waited. For you. All my life I sat back and waited for you. I had to get it, I ain't happy waiting, spending all my time just procrastinating. So what's my life like if that's the case? To the point, I see too many people who be happy hating, the negativity they navigate, no exaggeration, don't believe the false statements nor the allegations. Go around. I hold you down when you're not around. I never realized my time was sacred. Spent so many years only trying to make it. Whatever making it is, I chased it. I wasted years. I don't want to rock a crowd. I want to captivate it. All my life I sat back and waited for you, for you, for you. All my life sat back and waited for you. I wanna laugh and hate and show love, cause it's fascinating. Use truth with these words I use with imagination. But come around, go around. I hold you down when you're not around. And it's the journey of a hero, path only he knows. Spiritual initiate, God wherever he goes. Calling shots from the bench when you're not playing. I ain't hating, man, I'm just saying. Hard times ain't come to stay, they came to pass. Hard times ain't come to stay, they came to pass. Hard times ain't come to stay. Hard times ain't come to stay. Hard times ain't come to stay, they came to pass. waiting for you, for you, for you. All my life I sat back and waited for you, for you. And it's the journey of a hero, path only he knows, spiritual initiate, guide wherever he goes. Calling shots from the bench, when you're not playing. I ain't hate, man, I'm just saying. Hard times ain't gonna stay, they can't pass. Hard times ain't gonna stay, they can't pass. And it's the journey of a hero, path only he knows. Spiritual initiate, guide wherever he goes. Calling shots from the bench, when you're not playing. I ain't hate, man, I'm just saying. And what I'm saying is, what are you chasing? Success? Love? Understanding? There's so many different things that we can have our eyes on, set our goals to. And it's different for everyone. Success looks different to everybody. But what does that look like to you? All my life I sat back and waited for you, for you, for you. All my life I sat back and waited for you, for you. I wanna laugh and hate and show love, cause it's fascinating. Use truth with these words I use with imagination. But come around, go around. I hold you down when you're not around. And it's the journey of a hero, path only he knows. Spiritual initiate, guide wherever he goes. Calling shots from the bench when you're not playing. I ain't hating, man, I'm just saying. 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 Hard times ain't come to stay, they came to pass.
Man, the master himself. I'm not going to ask you what you thought about it. I know that you know that it was smooth, but would love to know what all you watching thought about it. Go ahead and leave a like or a comment down below as to what you think so far about all of our performers. You know, SJ is an artist. What would you say that art is all about?
Expression. And I say honest expression. You know, like, I know I can't sing, man. I know it. You know, so I don't need nobody texting me saying, bro, stick to rapping, right? No, but it was something that came across me on that J Dilla beat. And it's funny because that beat is called All My Life. And that's the same. I didn't know that when I actually was writing this song that I had. So it's pretty amazing. But, you know, art is about honest expression and transparency to me. That's how I see it. I stopped doing music for others and started doing it for me because that's the only way that you're going to find contentment. So as far as that's how I look at it.
Right. And I've heard a lot from a lot of artists too that art is a lot about creating things. And that can be all sorts of things. It can be a song, it can be a piece of ceramic, it can be a volunteer methodology, right? But creating things that make the world a little bit better and a little bit brighter. And we have been blessed to have some local artists of all sorts that have gifted a handful of different gifts that are available for auction tonight for you to pick up. And all of those proceeds are going to go directly towards supporting the volunteer benefit. So, SJ, we got a couple of items right here. Maybe we should talk about them.
Yeah, let me get my Vanna White on or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and for those of you that are interested in looking at these items, there's a button right above the video if you are on the website. And you just simply click through to that item and you'll be able to see everything. If you're watching on your TV or if you want to stay on the video, you can go to app.galabid, that's galabid.com/TopCity Talent Show, or you can text the number on the screen, the item that you want. You'll actually receive text updates as to if your bid went through, if someone outbid you, or if you won at the end. The auction's going to end at 9 o'clock tonight. But what do we have for them to bid on?
So this thing I'm holding right here is from the homie from Spacin Jason from the space station. right? This man's been a part of just about every mural that's went up in Topeka, and has, that Jimi Hendrix and different stuff you see down there in Noto. I mean, he's just amazing. He's done a lot, I can't even name all the things he's done. But this right here, this is starting out at $65. That's going to be the opening bid for the space station tree manipulation. I think that's the name of it. We just named it.
That's the full name.
Yeah. So over here, now this is a piece that Kelly Jack gifted us with, and just an amazing thing. When I asked her, I'm like, what made you make a tree when you thought about Project Forward? And she said that she just feels that this thing is going to grow and it's just going to be, huge, and it's going to last longer than, even our lives and things like that, like a big tree would do. So the bids on this are starting out at $75.
Then it looks like we got a couple of non-canvas pieces. What we got there?
Right here was donated from Made Maker. And whenever you see those handmade coffee cups with the Topeka flag on it, that's a good indication that's from Made Maker. I mean, she's amazing. I mean, I didn't even know. My wife, she went and bought one of these as well once she saw Leslie Hodam post this. She's like, I got to have one for myself, So the bids on this are starting out at $55.
Yeah. If you're a coffee lover, maybe you've seen some Chemexes out of PT's Coffee here in town or some other things. It's a pour-over coffee mug, a couple of different handmade ceramics on there, hand-cut leather. This is honestly an heirloom piece that, your grandkids could be drinking some coffee out of. So this one's probably going to go fast. I'll go ahead and start placing your bids on this one now. Just a reminder, all of these offline, 9 o'clock.
Now, this last one has been donated by Clad Astra. It is what we call a Community Pride Starter Kit. So you have a premium flag, you have a value flag. We also have a garden flag. We have the newest of Clad Astra items, which is our premium hooded sweatshirt. And then we have 5 Community Pride masks. Now, this is the value of over $270, but we're going to start the bidding out at $225.
Yeah, so for a lot of you that maybe have been waiting to get some of your flag swag, this is a great one for not only you, but for a handful of family members, friends, maybe people that you still needed to get some Christmas gifts for, right? Take your favorite pieces, give the rest out. The value's obviously there. And what better way to celebrate community than to be given back to it at the same time? You're going to pick up the gear anyway. It's going to be one of the best and most affordable ways for you to do it. So thank you to all of the artists that graciously donated all of these different art forms. Artistry takes so many forms, including, this really special one that our next performer is going to bring to the table. Up next, we have
Josiah Swanson, known as the ghost of Room 612.
Yeah, more on that later, but for now,
more on that later.
Enjoy.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Josiah Swanson. Musician name is JJ Swanson. In relationships, a lot of really good people often added together can make some messy relationships. This song is about one of my favorite people who I will not date again. Her name is Lindsay. This is called Hey Lindsay. Hope you like it. Second thought, all of the kind words said to you, I still mean. You probably hear it, shake your head, and vent some way. You'll disagree. I'll tell you how to feel. Please don't tell me what I mean. Love is a battlefield, then there were no corpses, you and me. We stayed up late night to talk it out, to put it down, to pick it back up for one more round. But then I started talking to you and me fit like those double-sided CDs playing. It's always one or the other, never the two together. I'm always shocked to see the rate at which what flies can hit the ground. It makes sense, it takes more time to build a house than burn it down. It wasn't a mystery, no. This flame's more ambitious than their wits. If love is a battlefield, then we're no corpses, you and me. We stayed up late night to talk it out, to put it down, to pick it back up for one more round. But then I started talking to you and me fit like those double-sided CDs playing. It's always one or the other, never the two together. Hey, Lindsay, Dead and Rose can have the best view. And I was thinking, how about we label this as one of those? Hey, Lindsay, even Dead and Rose can have the best view. And I was thinking, how about we label this as one of those?
I really like the stylist singing that Josiah did. It was different. You really don't hear people sing songs like that. As far as he'll stop the guitar and then talk, say something real slow, and then he get back into hitting it, and how he introduced it. You know, as far as two people can get together and date, but it doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just somebody he wouldn't date again, and he just put it out there. So thank you, Josiah. That was pretty dope, man.
Yeah, creative and new way to do that. I like it. Just for those of you that tuned in at the very beginning and are coming back to the show now, we wanted to let you know, so the first two acts were where we were running into some technical difficulties. That was Derrick Hodam and Joel Soderling. Now, people run into this in live talent shows all the time, right, where the mic breaks on the first two, so they have to sit there and scream their performance, and then the janitor finds a microphone in some like back closet and runs it up, and then everybody else sounds like butter. We know how that feels, and to make that up, if you want to see the first two performances streamed without any technical issues, stick to the end of the show. They'll run before the credits, and then you'll have your chance to get to see both Derrick and Josiah and all their talent and greatness. So just wanted to let you guys know we got you.
Yeah, and that's very important to us because even during this broadcast, our phones are blowing up, right?
Right.
So we want to be able to respond on some different things like that, and we also want to make sure that everybody is heard in a capacity to where it's not chopped and screwed. You dig?
Yep, and we're 1 month out. We know all about how important it is to have an informed election. That's the only time that'll happen tonight, we promise. So, talent show voting, we talked a little bit about how to go ahead and cast your votes. Again, you can go down beneath. You can pick a donation amount. You can select who it is that you want to vote for, and then go ahead and cast that. The auction is live on all of the items and are starting to roll in, so thank you for everybody that has put a bid out. Next off, right, we're running into some technical difficulties, pretty smooth sailing now, but if there's one person that comes to mind here in Topeka who is excellent at throwing out incredible shows, one comes to mind, and it's our next performer. Who do we got on deck?
It would have to be MC Master G, Larry Gawronski.
That's right. Executive Director of Topeka Performing Arts Center. We think that you guys are really going to like this one. So without further ado, Larry G.
Larry.
I said hip hop, hip hop. You don't stop a rock to the bang bang boogie. Said up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. And now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, to the purple and yellow. But first I got bang bang the boogie to the boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop. Rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. The C-A-S, the O-V-A, and the rest is F-L-Y. You see, I go by the code of the doctor of the mix, and these reasons I tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1", I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got two big cars, it definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a Soderling Cadillac. And so after school I take a dip in the pool, which is really off the wall. I got a color TV so you can see the Knicks playing basketball. Hear me talk about checkbooks, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker or a bum for the rucker, not a dime till I make it again. Everybody go hotel, motel, what you gonna do today? Say what? Gonna get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a death OJ. Everybody go hotel, motel, holiday inn. You see, if your girl starts acting up, then you take a friend. I'm Master G. I'm on mellow. It's on you, so what you gonna do? Well, it's on and on. The beat don't stop till the break of dawn. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call Master G. Well, the name is known all over the world. Foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper there ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and I'm feeling the lows. The beat's hitting to your toes. You start popping your fingers, stomping your feet, and moving your body while you're sitting in your seat. And then jam, you start doing the freak. You said damn, right out of your seat. Then you throw your hands high in the air. You're rocking to the rhythm, shake your dairy air. You're rocking to the beat without a care with the short MCs for the affair. Now I'm not as tall as the rest of the gang, but I rap to the beat just the same. I got a little face and a pair of brown eyes. All I'm here to do, ladies, is hypnotize. Singing on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop till the break of dawn. Singing on and on and on and on. Like a hot ready pop to pop to pop. Give me pop to pop pop. You don't dare stop. Come alive, y'all. Give me what you got. I guess by now you can take a hunch and find that I am the baby of the bunch, but that's okay, still keep in stride, because I'm here to do is just wiggle your behind, singing on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn, singing on and on and on and on and on. Rock, rock, y'all, get on the floor. I'm gonna freak you here, I'm gonna freak you there. I'm gonna freak you out of this atmosphere, because I'm one of a kind and I'll shock your mind to the tickets in your behind. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, come on girls, get on the floor. Come alive, y'all, give me what you got, because I'm guaranteed to make you rock. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, tell me Wonder Mike, what are you waiting for? I said hip hop, the hip hip hop, you don't stop, but rock it to the bang bang boogie. Said up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. It's gonna dee-bop, doo-bop, shoo-be-doo, but guess what? America, we love you because you rock and you roll so much so you could rock till you're 101 years old. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, like hot butter on my breakfast toast. To rock it up, baby bubba, to the boogie, the bang bang, the boogie to the beat. Beat is so unique, come on now, everyone dance to the beat. The macaroni salad and the piece just mushed and the chicken tastes like wood. So you try to play it off like you do you can by saying that you're full, and then your friend says, Mama, he's just being polite. That's bull. I'm out.
He went all the way in.
He went all the way in. He went all the way.
Oh, Larry, that was so good.
I know it. I know who I'm voting for.
Sugar Hill, Larry G Gang. That's right.
The G with the double E. Forgetful name.
So,
oh man.
So whether you end up voting for Larry, for Joel, for SJ, for whoever, right? You're probably asking at this point in the show, where do my donations go? What is it that they're going to be doing out there in the community? And to that we say we're glad you're asked, right? Glad that you asked. You know, Project Forward is really doubling down with Top Tier now on the volunteer experience. And having an excellent volunteer experience is actually a lot easier than you think. It only takes a couple of things. And SJ, through our experience, what are the 4 things that you have to get right in any organization in order to really make an exceptional volunteer experience?
I would say, first off, it's going to be communication. Communication has to be clear. If the communication isn't clear, there's a divide, and you just don't know like where you're supposed to show up. You don't know who you're going to be looking for. And a lot of people are even feel a certain way driving, going to a place they've never been to before. So even being able to, communicate that, whether it's through a still shot or whatever, just different things, who your point of contact is going to be and what they look like, small things like that. So that's number 1. Number 2, I say there has to be some type of commitment. And with that is just being committed to whatever the cause is that you're going to be doing and everything like that. So that's definitely number 2 for
right.
For
and commitment goes both ways, right? It's a commitment of the volunteer that we're going to show up and we're going to do what it is that we said that we do. It's also commitment from the organization. You want to know that if you're going to give of your Sunday or your Thursday, or if you're dropping your kids off with a babysitter so that you can go be out in the community, that you know that what it was that you signed up for is what it is that you're going to get, right? We think that that's an incredibly important part, and across the board, right? It's not just that we expect those things, also things that get rewarded on both sides. So, let's not think in terms of punishment. We're better than that. So that's the second piece. What's the third one?
Contribution, and that's another thing that definitely goes both ways, because the volunteer that's coming is contributing their time, and time is a very big thing, that's what you get paid for when you go to work, you punch the clock and all these other type of things. So contribution is huge.
Yeah, it's everything. It's what we're doing. We're showing up. We're making the world a little bit better. And when those first parts are set up right, the return that you get on your time, how effective you are and how much you enjoy it, those things tend to get better too. And then once all that's done, right, we've communicated, we've committed to what it is that we communicated with one another, and then we showed up and we contributed. What's the last part?
Celebration time. Come on.
Celebration.
Celebration. We have to celebrate our volunteers, and a lot of volunteers, they don't want to be celebrated. They don't want trophies. They don't want all the accolades. They just want to dig in and do what they do. But you know what? We want to celebrate them. So therefore, we are going to celebrate you and things like that. And so there's a whole lot of different things that we're looking at getting into for those type of celebration pieces. Even swag that you might not be able to buy. You can only get it through volunteer hours and different things like that. But we'll get more into that.
Right. So as Top Tier continues to grow, so will the options and ways that we can celebrate. Project Forward celebrated across the entire city of Topeka. Community Blood Center, right? The more gallons you donate, the more cool things that you can get. And we know that that's not for everybody. But what are we doing here tonight, right? As we continue, our talent shows up, they volunteer their time. And as a way to celebrate and say thank you, there's some contribution dollars that are going to be able to go out to some nonprofits here in the city. And those are some things that can happen too, right? If you're racking up 40, 100, however many volunteer hours as an individual or as an organization, right, there are some really cool ways for us to celebrate and to make sure that that goodness keeps on going. Speaking of goodness keeping on going, right, we want for every single type of person to be able to show up and volunteer, whether you're young, old, white, blue, black, purple, if you are Republican, Democrat, alien, we don't care. Here's a really good example of a performer that will, show you that pretty much anybody can step up. They started rapping at 4 and 6 years old.
4 and 6 years old, yes.
Right? Anybody can do anything if they really set their mind to it. And we think that this performance... Hold on.
We got ahead of ourselves.
Technical error number 2. No, so we're going to go ahead and walk that back.
So our next performer, actually, she started out her career in journalism as a radio voice for fishing events. Now, I don't know how you can make that really, really interesting, but so just knowing that she's had her work cut out for her, but now she's, one of the premier anchors. Her name is Melissa Brunner Brown. So we're going to go ahead and get into her right now.
It's been a year that we've needed a lot of good news, and if there's someone that understands good news, it's this woman right here. Melissa Brunner Brown, you're up next. Guys, enjoy.
once again, I mean, Melissa always does that. I mean, she always goes in. I always enjoy hearing her renditions of different songs.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
thank you for that.
Anybody that tunes into your news channel knows that you've got an excellent voice, but you never quite know what's going to happen when somebody steps up to the mic. And man, if you weren't impressed, do you even have ears? It was incredible. So we mentioned this a little bit ago, almost on accident, right? But all sorts of people, and I mean all sorts of people have the ability to show up, to communicate and contribute to their communities in all sorts of ways. Top Tier is an inclusive organization that if you go to the homepage and you scroll down, you'll see that there's just a huge host of different types of volunteer opportunities that are available, things that kids can be involved in, things that seniors can be involved in, people that are focused on particular causes and issues, right? We're really interested in being able to provide a certain standard and quality of volunteer experience and to be able to apply that to almost any domain where a volunteer might need to be called to. That way that people that are focused on the cause, right, can really dig in and focus on that, and for us to be able to come beside them. So if you're interested in signing up to be a Top Tier volunteer, go to toptiertopeka.org/sign up. Or you can just click on the navigation bar and go to underneath volunteer and hit sign up. Brief caveat, right, on time frame. As we get into 2021, right, we're not going to be open for volunteering for everybody just yet, right? So
Right.
What's kind of the game plan?
Well, we're building some structure here, and that's another reason why we're in need of some support, donations, contributions, and in-kind things and everything. We're not turning down anything but our caller, and sometimes not even that, just depending on how I feel. But we're right now we're working close with about 3 to 5 organizations as some test runs. We don't want to be overwhelmed because right now, everybody can use some volunteers and a lot of different things like that. And early on in Project Forward's history, I would find myself overwhelmed with different things, and I just don't want that right now. We're building the system to be able to make things much easier for everybody. So while we're doing that, we have a couple pilots right now that we're working on, but right around April 1st, and it's not an April Fool's. We really are about to be doing the thing, and we have a few great collaborations that are about to happen, and we're going to be meeting and see what those can be. But we're very excited.
Yep. So for those of you that maybe watched like the movie The Social Network, or that might be watching on Facebook, one of the reasons that they were able to grow as big and strong as they were was because they were really focused about making sure that at every stage of growth, right, that they were putting out quality content and that everything was there. And we want to do the same for you. If we're all about exceptional volunteer experiences, we're going to grow at precisely the right phase. That way that when we do show up on April 1st, or for the skeptics out there, April 2nd, that we'll be ready to roll. So in the meantime, go to toptiertopeka.org/sign up, and you'll be able to put your name and your email in there, and you will get all sorts of updates, information, and you'll be right and ready for the opportunities as soon as they're there. So, we're all about all sorts of people digging in, like we mentioned here a little bit ago. These next performers got started when they were real young.
I'm so excited about these girls. One is my biological daughter. The other one is like my daughter. I started teaching them how to rap at the ages of 4 and 6. And they got to the point where they didn't want my help no more, right? Because they're teenage girls. But all the different things that I taught them, I've seen so much of their growth. And this song, I never even heard this song till it was done and mixed and everything. And when I heard it, I think it's the only song I really played for about the whole next week. I mean, and I listened to it probably between 70 and 100 times. And I'm just really amazed by it. And they're writers. They're writers. The deliveries just came so far. And they're just young ladies now. I mean, I'm just amazed by their talent, and it's such a good thing when you're like somebody's mentor or something like that. Then you get to the point where you're not even working with them anymore, and you see the progression. So a couple of young ladies right here from Topeka and doing their thing. So Started out as the Candy Girls. I know they probably didn't want me to say that.
But it's been said.
It's been said. Then they went to the OCGs. Now they are NuWave. So welcome Aliya and Makiyah.
Cash money.
It's Hogati.
Look, and you can even check the resume. Sit in my lane, been rapping since the Popeye's my city. I know they know the name. All these females wanna bang, but they ain't really game. That's really lame. You don't get no cool boys trying to be that way.
Running stats, like hats, y'all big cap, different breeds, so they hate on what they lack, huh? I'ma be exact, got your focus out of whack. Mind your business, cause you might get overlapped. It's a rap then. I run the stats and check the resume. Jersey fitted 2-3 on my back, but I ain't finna play. Too official, I might blow the whistle, bouncing back right off the dribble. That ain't love, it's artificial. Double dribbled on the bag, turned around and made it dribble. No pimple, I been popping, folks watching how y'all move inside the pocket. NuWave and it's not stopping. Got them shaking like the Rockets on the news. I'm the top, gotta keep a couple options. Look, they steady choosing like an auction. I need my profit, every day we get it popping. Count on me, you know I got it real thorough. Get these haters off my body, they moving walkie. I'm a vet, black belt, no Miyagi. Flow hotter than wasabi. Woke up in a new Bugatti, ain't that smart and nobody. Catch me flexing in the lobby, no hobby. I go stupid like kamikaze. Rolling dolo, I ain't never need no posse. Switching it up, been moving different now. Had to find a better route, cause ain't no love up in my town. Stay ducked off, but sometimes I be around for the spinach, chasing commas out that bread in my account, no cap.
And look, I had to let some people go. I'm better being on my solo. I be smelling but that cheese like I'm posing for a photo. Too loyal, let the people from my soil set the game up like some noodles being boiled. No, that's mandatory.
I run the stats and check the resume. Jersey fitted 2-3 on my back, but I ain't finna play. Too official, I might blow the whistle, bouncing back right off the dribble. That ain't love, it's artificial. Double dribbled on the bag, turned around and made it dribble. No pimple, I been popping, folks watching how y'all move inside the pocket. NuWave and it's not stopping. Got them shaking like the Rockets on the news. I'm the top, gotta keep a couple options. Look, they steady choosing like an auction.
I need my profit, every day we get it poppin'. Count on me, you know I got it real thorough. Get these haters off my body, they moving walkie. I'm a vet, black belt.
No Miyagi, flow hotter than wasabi.
Woke up in a new Bugatti,
Ain't that smart and nobody.
catch me flexing in the lobby.
No hobby, I go stupid like kamikaze.
Rolling dolo, I ain't never need no posse.
Yeah. What'd you think about that, Connor?
I mean, I can see why you were playing it 70 to 100 times. It was really, really special. And I also imagine that it's got to be a really unique place for you, right? Where the artistry, I mean, everybody watching, you could tell that, you know, the artistry was clearly there. And when it's there at a level where you stop thinking about it as, hey, this is my daughter, but wow, that was really something as a standalone piece of art. Like, that's got to be a cool place to be.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's me, you know, being involved in hip hop since I was 6 years old. It's something when you see that somebody can do something without your help, especially when it's got to do with hip hop and stuff like that. Because, you know, my daughter, of all people, know I'm very opinionated when it comes to hip hop and things like that. And I'm not one to just give somebody false props. I'd rather just not say anything at all. But yeah, I'm very impressed by them, and it should be inspiring for anybody who's trying to do something in life. And one thing I'll say this, one thing that I've always taught those young ladies is be able to talk about things other than your body and stuff like that. We see a lot of times female rappers, that's what they are geared towards rapping about. Not all of them, of course, but a whole lot of them. And I'm just glad that they didn't have to take that route or aren't taking that route. As a father, it makes me very proud.
Right. You hear that, Larry G? They're coming for you. Got some tight competition. So, you know, this talent show is an example of a fun way that people can get involved. You know, we had a number of different applications for people that wanted to celebrate their talent as a volunteer. There's plenty of other ways too. You know, we hinted that right off the bat for the first quarter, we're going to be building up as an organization, and so there will be some volunteer opportunities which we'll be sharing periodically. But that doesn't mean that you have to wait until April 1st to be getting involved here throughout the city, right? You know, and we know that we're in the middle of the coronavirus, but people are starting to get into the groove of things. The vaccine's starting to roll out. People got all sorts of feelings about it, but people don't have to stop you from getting engaged and involved in the community. So, SJ, what are some current things that we have on the scene? Some organizations that people might like to get involved with, so that they can go ahead and get started.
Well, just off the top of my head, you've got, and I know they always need help. TRM, Topeka Rescue Mission. You know, there's so many different things that they need. You know, they always need volunteers. SENT, Strengthening and Equipping Neighborhoods Together. You know, they just purchased Kennedy Academy. They've got the High Crest Market that they do monthly and other things like that. So they're always looking for volunteers. You've got United Way and get connected. So you can go to United Way's website and find different volunteer opportunities with them as well. There's Boys and Girls Club. You know, they need volunteers for different things. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of Capper Foundation. You know, they need volunteers. There's just a whole lot of things that you can get involved in and you can help out with that's already out there.
Right. And if you're looking to get in touch with any of those people, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page, send us an email. Just because we aren't posting things on our website as far as open to the public opportunities just yet, we do stay abreast to quite a few of them, and we'd love to get you in touch with people at those organizations so that we can hit the ball rolling. Our next example is actually involved, or next performer is involved with one of the organizations that we mentioned, the United Way. And when we talk about people that are involved, right, in all sorts of ways in the city of Topeka, man, it's really hard to beat Marty Hillard. This is,
and now this is the man. If Marty calls in to work, the whole city shuts down. I mean, for real, like,
yeah.
The whole city shuts down.
It's over. Like,
just go to bed.
It's closed.
Just go back in the house. Lay down. Don't look at the news. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200.
Yeah, no. This man is an artist. He is a poet. He is a good Samaritan who's deeply involved with United Way. And he has an incredibly special guest here with him tonight. She showed up with him at the Jayhawk Theater on many of occasion, and I know is really just his pride and joy. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome to the stage Eloise and Martinez Hillard.
It's definitive, ain't it? Putting pen to the paper. Permanence, a composition incurred from the ancients, fellowship of the circle, men interpreting nature, men and women interpreting nature, men, women, and children interpreting nature, beating hearts and cicadas, God serendipitous cadence caught in a ripple of nascent, a descendant of angels, a cross between prodigal son and benevolent stranger, amnesiacs. I merely beg your exceptional patience. As it was written, I recite what's been etched in the pavement. Sound bombing, I'm known for causing a raucous riot. Throwing shots like I'm servicing alcohol to minors. Rap is a dead man walking, and I'm the ghost inside. And when you see the end of your you're no longer betrothed to fallen idols. Peace, God, to be honest, I'm over pleasantries because I was bred to do with the blood of a chosen pedigree. Spare the punchlines before you become a parody. Slaughterhouse is open, the butcher ain't never scared of beef. I'll strip it to the loin and it's swaddled in horseradish. A freshly peppercorn in a pot of this boiled cabbage. Yo, I'ma get it cooking, no doubt, and I hold classes, yes. I'm widely held in regard as the gold standard, careful a watchdog in the garden and full pantry. Sentinels a guard, no allowance of forced entry, the bullets that paints murals of targets honored in galleries. Weighted a scorched earth in his palm like a warm battery. Lazarus, the ninth life, Rasputin without his organs. Really now, must I be disputed about performance? Evoke his name with never the confidence he endorse it. Please remove your hands from your pockets, I'm at the podium. Down a glass of water, baptism, a cup of Tylenol. Open arms psalmist, I'm having an outer dialogue. Spoken eulogy to whatever I lay my eyes upon. Lord, forget the lunacy captured whenever I am on.
Men interpreted nature.
Men and women
Interpreted nature.
Oh, chills.
Men
guys.
and women and children interpreted nature.
That's really something special, Marty. Thank you so much for sharing that with the whole audience at Topeka. They're just really, really special all around. I love that piece.
The butcher ain't never scared of beef. Come on, man.
That's right. So we wanted to give everybody just a brief update on the auction items. Again, bids are starting to roll in. We've got them on 3 items at this point. One on the Made Maker Carafe, and then 2 additional ones on each of the pieces of art. We still have the Clad Astra bundle, right? That thing's going to go back up to full price out of no-do if you're not careful. So, and if there's someone that's part of an organization, there might be a way for us to to hold that price as a donation later. That way that some people at the office might be able to get some swag. But, most of these items are going to be gone here at 9 o'clock. So go ahead and get your bid in now. A cool thing about Gala Bid, you don't actually have to get out your card right away, right? You can simply click it, slide your slider along to whatever bid it is that you want, and then it'll hold you in place. And then afterwards, it'll send you a text or a notification, and you can square up there. I think that you've actually got a pretty good period of time afterwards. So if you're even thinking about it, right, go ahead, get your bid in. It's for a good cause, and it supports the volunteers. And thank you to everyone that has already put a bid out. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
So, speaking about votes, right, we're coming up on our last performer of the night. Just as a reminder, the first 2, Derrick Hodam and Joel Soderling, those are going to roll after the show is done, but before the credits. So if you ran into some technical difficulties on those first parts, we encourage you, please stick around. It'll only be about 6 or so minutes to watch both of those performances, right. And we promise you, you're not going to want to miss those. But we think that this may be the performance to beat.
You know what? I don't even want to say anything about this performance.
I think it speaks for itself. Before we roll, again, toptiertopeka.org/talent show. Right underneath the live stream, you'll see a big white box, right? So support our volunteers. Pick the amount that you're interested in. You can pick one of the grain increments, or you can pick your own. I think the minimum's $3. And then you have a drop-down box that says, this is who I think won the talent show, and I'm going to cast these many votes, right? We're going to be running the talent show until the 11th of January, at which point we're going to tally up all the votes. And if you keep scrolling on the page, you'll see where each one of those people are going to be donating a portion of the proceeds to a nonprofit of their choice, right? So get your votes in now. We think that quite a few of them are going to go to this next act. Without further ado, we have Malika and Christopher Glenn. Hope you enjoy.
Something wasn't right here. Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Now you're out of sight. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hear me, baby, one more time. Oh, pretty baby, the reason I breathe is you. Girl, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. it's not the way I planned. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me.
And
I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hear me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hear me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hear me, baby, one more time.
Oh my gosh.
You broke my mic, man.
Yeah, hit me, baby, one more time. So now part of the volunteer contributions are going to replacing SJ's mic. Man, that was so good.
Unexpected.
Unexpected Britney
The
Spears.
ukulele, though. I mean, Malika on the ukulele, she never took the sunglasses off.
She just cool as a cucumber the whole time.
Oh man, I mean that's what did it for me at first when she came in there. I didn't know what he was about to sing, and she's hitting it, and she's just looking cool as a fan. And then my dude came in.
Yeah, no, I think you probably could have sung anything over that, but Chris, you made the right choice. Don't be shaving your head and crawling out of cars, and leave the rest of the weirdness on the side. It's good. So, guys, as we wrap up with this show, we want to just reiterate why volunteerism is so important. This all got started here a couple of years ago as Project Forward, as a celebration of connection and kindness at a community-wide level. And we've learned a couple of things over the last few years, right? Put as much gas on the fire as possible, and it came to that question of sustainability. And now as we continue to learn and grow in part because of things like the pandemic, right?
Right.
Some things are tests. They're not all bad. They challenge you, and you rise to the challenge and you move through it. And we think that the way that we're going to come together as a community to make sure that this goodness is sustainable is through the volunteer effort. We talked about the 4 parts, which again, what's the 4?
Starting out with communication. Then we're going to commitment, going to contribution, and then celebration time. Come on.
If you do those 4 things in any volunteer movement, right, it's going to be head and shoulders above what some of us are used to. And that's not to speak on the causes, right? It's a lot of work to do anything good and meaningful where we're serving people. But Top Tier now exists as an organization, the heart and soul of Project Forward, growing up and moving on to Top Tier. We're looking forward to coming to you April 1st, where anyone in the community can sign up at toptiertopeka.org/sign up. You can go ahead and sign up there now, and you can get all sorts of updates as to where we're at in the process, different organizations we're partnering with, and there may even be a couple of opportunities that you can get a first look at the Top Tier difference. So, as we're wrapping up with the show, just a quick reminder, we will be airing after this segment both Derrick Hodam and Joel Soderling, our first 2 performers. We had some 2020 technical difficulties right off the bat. You've got an opportunity to continue to cast votes now until January 1st, and we've got until 9 o'clock tonight. Every single item at this point has a bid on it, so...
Yeah, so if you're trying to outbid somebody, now's the time to probably do it. But thank you guys for that. I'm very excited that everything has been bid on, and right now it's spoken for, unless somebody else wants it a little bit more than that first person that bid on it. So, but also, just getting into these last two that's going to wrap up everything, because we did have some technical difficulties at the beginning, but having somebody in the driver's seat like Carice Mapes, 785 Magazine, shameless plug, held us down. You know, Cool Hand Luke, you know, it's real. But we're very excited about the future of Topeka, because there's so many great things that are happening. And if you don't know, now you know.
Right. Tons of ways to get involved. If you want to find out more, reach out to us on our Facebook page, or you can reach out to contact information on toptiertopeka.org. Guys, we want to wish you a happy holidays. We hope you had a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just a good time getting together with the family. We hope that you have a happy new year, and we could not be more excited about what 2021 is going to bring. We think it's going to be a top tier year, and we can't wait to be beside you.
I like that. Now make sure you scroll through the website, look at a few different things, get familiar with it. Make sure you sign up. If you want to make a contribution, feel free to do that. If you want to make, if you don't want to leave us a comment, or anything, send us a message, and we'll make sure that we do get back with you. But we're going to get into Derrick Hodam, and we're going to get into Joe Soderling. So, peace and chicken grease.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Hello, my name is Derrick Hodam, and it's sure nice to meet you. I'm right here at TPAC in downtown Topeka. I did not run out of gas. This city is my choice. So we'll push the gas pedal fast, and I will use my voice to spread the love and growth to this community. That means you and me. And when there's unity, there's a Topeka United. So much love, you just can't hide it. We are all sent to use resources to make change relevant. Call it a greater Topeka partnership. A city with more pride is just hard to get. So we link arms with all of our nonprofits, and the giving, you just can't stop it. Young life and young lives working to save. We were all one life. Whether it's Team Blake or Ronald McDonald's house, we advocate for everyone like it's the Life House, and giving an Ayo to Vallejo, trying to shine a light like the Topeka Youth Project and Mark Augenbright. These are my shouts out, and no doubt there are so many more. I simply don't have enough time in this rhyme. But it's not hard to find. So if you want to try to help, just link up and hook up with Top Tier. This is Topeka. We right here. Run out of gas.
Hi, my name is Joel. I wrote this song for my wife, and it's the story about how a girl became my best friend, and then my best friend became my wife.
How yes, hello, did you follow me? Close your eyes, show your face. You are never a disgrace. Don't let them lead you, this will pass too. Just hold on, you are not alone. Close your eyes, show your face. You are never a disgrace. Don't let them lead you, this will pass too. Just hold on, you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone.
I know that you lost, I know that you crying and scared that you gonna get crossed. I know that you worried about your whole family knowing you losing, but what would it cost? I know that it's hard, but you gotta keep fighting. Don't ever get up. I know life ain't exciting, but what will you gain? But what will you gain? You'll learn what love is. You'll learn what trust is. I know you feel alone, but keep on fighting. You gon' win this. Believe you're not alone. There's people with you can walk with. I know this situation firsthand. I ain't just talking. I dream about the people I done lost every night. I almost lost my sister, first tried OD, then a knife. Calling up my brother, said he wanna end his life. He wouldn't let me find him, couldn't look him in the eyes and say I love you. I'm sorry if I ever let you down. I wasn't there at first, but now I'm standing on this ground, fighting with you. Know that you will never be alone again. I love all of my people. If you lost it, come find home again.
Show your face. You are never a disgrace. Don't let them bleed you, this will pass too. Just hold on, you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone.
You know that feeling that you get when you no longer have the strength and you feel like you wanna quit. When your back's against the wall and then you start to lose your grip. You feeling like the world's against you, made a wish to not exist. Well, that is today. I promise I'ma help you find a better way and walk along beside you when you feeling great. See the words I illustrate, you picture how I seem to paint the scene so vivid. Reason why I speak is cause I really lived it. I done seen the darkness, let it swallow me and made it show my imperfections. Swear it hit my body like lethal injections. Every day's a lesson and I'm learning how to cope with being all alone and trying to find the balance between right and wrong. Never claim perfection, but the This is my resurrection. Blocked out all my feelings for my own protection. If you only knew the path you walking through, I'm walking it too. So when you're lonely, listen, here's what you do.
Close your eyes, show your face. You will never run this race. Don't let them bleed you. This will pass too. Just hold on. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone.
I was seeking help to no avail. Low depressed and broke as well. Usually kept some dope for belt. I wish I had some dope to sell. Life has left me barefooted. On the road of broken nails. My GPS is navigating me. On the road through hell. When out of sight, you're out of mind. Only the lonely know the deal. Sometimes I wish I wasn't here. If only you knew it's so for real inadequate. Imagine if you were Jesus of Nazareth. The purest love was demonstrated. That all we did was send him hatred. I'm black and guilty till I'm vindicated. Holding on while in the storm, longing to be liberated. My relevance